This diagram is incredibly valuable. It directly outlines the high-frequency content areas for your middle school English teaching qualification exam under the umbrella of Linguistics Exam Topics, Yuyan Shui Kao Cheng. Understanding these specific points will be key to your success. Let's break down each of these frequently tested concepts in detail, making sure to highlight their relevance for you as a future English teacher. Linguistics Exam Topics, Yuyan Shui Kao Cheng. Detailed Introduction. Overview of Linguistics, Yuyan Shui Gai Shu. This foundational section tests your general understanding of what linguistics is and its core properties. 1. Features of language, Yuyan De Ji Ben Te Zheng. Concept. These are the universal, defining characteristics that differentiate human language from animal communication. They explain how human language is so powerful and flexible. Key points, as in diagram, arbitrariness, arbitrary link between form and meaning, can be called anything, duality, two-level structure of meaningless sounds forming meaningful words, productivity, creativity, ability to create new words and sentences, displacement, discussing things not present in time, space, cultural transmission, learned, not inherited, and interchangeability, both sender and receiver. Relevance. Knowing these helps you appreciate the complexity of the system you're teaching and understand why certain aspects of language, like vocabulary, must be explicitly taught. 2. Functions of language, Yuyan Da Gong Nen. Concept. These are the various purposes for which we use language in communication. Language isn't just for facts. Key points, as in diagram, informative, conveying true, false info, interpersonal, establishing social relations, like forms of address, performative, language as action, doing things, by speaking, emotive, expressing, evoking emotions, phatic, greetings, small talk for social connection, recreational, just for fun, like jokes, and metalingual, using language to talk about language itself. Relevance. Crucial for teaching pragmatic competence, enabling students to use English appropriately in different social contexts and understand underlying intentions, not just literal meanings. Phonetics, Yu Yin Shui. This section focuses on the physical production and perception of speech sounds. 1. Classification of vowels and consonants, Yuan Yin Hei Fu Yin De Fen Lei. Concept. Understanding how speech sounds are categorized based on their articulation, how they are made in the mouth, throat. Vowels, classified by tongue position, high, mid, low, front, central, back, and lip rounding, rounded, unrounded. Example, I, as in sheep, is a high front unrounded vowel. As in car, is a low back unrounded vowel. Consonants, classified by place of articulation, where the sound is made, e.g., bilabial, alveolar, manner of articulation, how the air is obstructed, e.g., stop, fricative, and voicing, whether vocal cords vibrate. Example, P is a voiceless bilabial stop, V is a voiced labiodental fricative. Relevance. Absolutely fundamental for teaching pronunciation. You need to know how to describe sounds to help students correct errors, especially with tricky sounds like the th or different English vowels. The note 30 Gu Yin indicates a significant amount of detailed content here. 3. Phonology, Yin Shi Shui. This branch deals with how sounds are organized and function meaningfully within a specific language system. 1. Minimal pairs, Zui Xiao Dui Li Ti. Concept. Pairs of words that differ by only one phoneme, meaningful sound unit, and have different meanings. They are used to prove that two sounds are distinct phonemes in a language. Example, pin, pn, versus bin, bn, differ only by p versus b, sheep, ip, versus ship, p, differ only by I versus. Relevance, a key concept for teaching pronunciation and listening discrimination. If students confuse sheep and ship, they're mixing up two minimal pairs, which can lead to miscommunication. 2. Phonemic contrast, Yin Wei Dui Li. Concept. The idea that changing one phoneme for another creates a change in meaning. Minimal pairs are the evidence for phonemic contrast. It signifies that these sound differences are meaningful in the language system. Example, the contrast between f and v is phonemic in English because fan versus van are different words. Relevance. helps teachers understand which sound distinctions are critical for students to master for accurate communication, as opposed to simply being phonetic variations. 3. Phonetic phenomena. Yu Yin Xian Shang. Concept. These refer to changes that occur to sounds in connected speech, often making English spoken naturally sound different from isolated words. Examples. Assimilation. A sound changes to become more like a neighboring sound, e.g., 10 pounds, 10 pans, n, changes to per meter, before, p. Elision. Sounds are omitted in rapid speech, e.g., fish and chips, becoming fish and chips. Linking R. Adding an R sound when a word ending in R is followed by a vowel sound, e.g., for an hour, for an R. Intrusion R. Adding an R sound where there isn't one orthographically, often between vowels, e.g., drawing, drawer. Strong and weak forms. Many common words, prepositions, conjunctions, articles, have strong forms when stressed and weak forms when unstressed, e.g., for is F in strong form, but F in weak form in what is it for. Relevance. Essential for helping students improve listening comprehension of natural, fast English speech and for making their own speech sound more native-like. The note, 30 Gu Yin, again suggests the depth of this topic. IV. Morphology. Xing Tai Shui. This section focuses on how words are structured and formed. 1. Classification of morphemes. Yu Su de Fen Lei. Concept. Morphemes are the smallest units of meaning or grammatical function. They are classified based on whether they can stand alone in their function. Free morphemes can stand alone as words, e.g., cat, run, happy. Bound morphemes must be attached to other morphemes, cannot stand alone. Derivational morphemes change the meaning or part of speech of a word, e.g., in unhappy, ness in happiness, in teacher. Inflectional morphemes change the grammatical function but not the core meaning or part of speech, e.g., s for plural in cats, ed for past tense in walked, ing for progressive in walking. Relevance. Helps teachers explain vocabulary growth, word families, and fundamental grammatical rules like plurals and verb tenses from a structural perspective. 2. Variation of vocabularies. Si de bien wa. Word formation. Concept. The processes by which new words are created in a language or how existing words change form. Examples. Affixation. Adding prefixes or suffixes, e.g., un plus happy equals unhappy. Compounding. Combining two or more free morphemes, e.g., sun plus flower equals sunflower. Conversion. Zero derivation. Changing the part of speech without changing the form, e.g., to Google, verb, from Google, noun. Clipping. Shortening a word, e.g., exam, from examination. Blending. Combining parts of two words, e.g., smog, from smoke, plus fog. Acronyms. Using initials, e.g., NASA. Relevance. Important for teaching vocabulary effectively, explaining word origins, and showing students how English vocabulary constantly evolves. Versus semantics. Yu Yi Shui. This branch deals with the meaning of language. 1. Relation between vocabularies. Cucgn de Han Yi Guan Shi. Lexical relations. Concept. How the meanings of words relate to each other. Examples. Synonymy. Words with similar meanings, e.g., happy and joyful. Antonymy. Words with opposite meanings, e.g., hot and cold. Hyponymy. A hierarchical relationship where one word is a specific type of another, e.g., dog is a hyponym of animal, animal is a hypernym of dog. Homonymy. Words that sound, are spelled the same but have unrelated meanings, e.g., bank, river, versus bank, financial. Polysemy. A single word with multiple related meanings, e.g., head of a body, head of a company, head of a coin. Relevance. Essential for teaching vocabulary depth, helping students choose the most appropriate word, and improving reading comprehension. 2. Relation between sentences. Ju yu ju ji jian de han yi guan shi. Sentential relations. Concept. How the meanings of sentences relate to each other, going beyond just individual words. Examples. Paraphrase. Two sentences have the same meaning, e.g., John hit the ball, versus the ball was hit by John. Entailment. If one sentence is true, another sentence must also be true, e.g., John is a bachelor, entails, John is male. Contradiction. Two sentences cannot both be true at the same time, e.g., the cat is alive, versus the cat is dead. Relevance. Crucial for teaching reading comprehension, logical reasoning, and effective communication, ensuring students understand the full implications of sentences and how they connect in a text. V. Syntax. Ju fa shui. This section focuses on sentence structure. The note, 33 to 35 G si fa ju fa, implies it covers word class, morphology and syntax together. Concept. Syntax studies the rules governing how words combine to form grammatically correct phrases, clauses, and sentences. It covers things like sentence patterns, SVO, SVOO, types of clauses, and phrase structures. Relevance. This is the core of teaching English grammar from a structural perspective. Students need to understand correct sentence construction to write and speak accurately. V. Pragmatics. Yu Yang Shui. This branch focuses on language and context. 1. Speech acts. Yan Yu Xing Wei. Concept. Utterances viewed as actions. When we speak, we are not just saying words, we are performing actions, e.g., promising, apologizing, requesting, warning, asserting. Examples. I apologize for being late. This is the act of apologizing. Could you please pass the salt? This is a request. Relevance. Essential for teaching communicative competence, helping students understand what action they are performing when they speak and how to interpret the actions of others. 2. Cooperative principle. Hei Zuo Yuan Zhe. Concept. Proposed by H.P. Grice, it states that participants in a conversation implicitly agree to cooperate with each other to achieve mutual understanding. This cooperation is guided by 4 maxims. Maxim of quantity. Give as much information as needed, but no more. Maxim of quality. Be truthful and don't say what you believe to be false or lack evidence for. Maxim of relation. Relevance. Be relevant. Maxim of manner. Be clear, brief, and orderly. Relevance. Explains why we understand implied meanings, implicatures, in conversation and how communication can break down when these maxims are violated. Crucial for teaching natural conversational flow and understanding implied meaning. 8. Second language acquisition, or Yu Shi Dai. This field studies how people learn a second language. 1. Interlanguage, Zhang Jia Yu. Concept. This is the learner's developing linguistic system. It's not simply the native language or the target language, but a unique, evolving system that the learner constructs during the process of acquiring a second language. It has its own rules, which may be influenced by the native language, the target language, and universal learning strategies. It is systematic, dynamic, and permeable. Example. A Chinese speaker learning English might say, I know like it, instead of, I don't like it. This is part of their interlanguage, a temporary rule they've formed. Relevance. Absolutely critical for teachers. Understanding interlanguage helps you avoid seeing student errors as random mistakes, but rather as evidence of a developing system. This allows for more effective error correction and tailored instruction. X. Sociolinguistics, Shi Wei Yu Yan Shui. This section focuses on language and society. 1. Dialect, Feng Yan. Concept. A variety of a language spoken by a group of people, typically associated with a specific geographical region or social group. Dialects usually differ in pronunciation, vocabulary, and grammar from other varieties of the same language. Example. British English versus American English, or within the U.S., Southern accent versus General American. Relevance. Helps teachers acknowledge and respect linguistic diversity, and understand that there isn't just one correct English, though a standard variety is typically taught. 2. Standard language, Biao Zun Yu. Concept. A specific dialect or variety of a language that is widely accepted, codified, e.g., in dictionaries, grammar books, and often used in official contexts, education, and media. It is often seen as the prestige variety. Example. Standard English, e.g., received pronunciation, RP or General American, is usually taught in ESL classrooms due to its widespread intelligibility and prestige. Relevance. Teachers need to understand what standard means and why it's typically the target for learners, while also fostering appreciation for non-standard varieties. 3. Register, UU. Concept. The variation in language use that depends on the situation, context, and purpose of communication. It refers to the level of formality, informality, or specialization of language. Examples. The language used in a formal academic essay, formal register, is very different from a casual text message to a friend, informal register. Medical professionals use a specific technical register among themselves. Relevance. Essential for teaching students how to adjust their language appropriately for different situations and audiences, a key aspect of communicative competence. This detailed breakdown of the Linguistics Exam Topics gives you a clear roadmap for your preparation. Each of these concepts not only helps you pass the exam but also provides foundational knowledge that will make you a more insightful and effective English teacher. Which of these exam-specific concepts would you like to explore further, or would you like to move on to another major section of the teaching qualification content?